Hello my dear students, I welcome you to NEET 1. So today we will be discussing one of the most basic and important topic, that is concentration terms. You know, concentration, expressing concentration for any chemical substances is very important, right? In our daily life also we will be using these concentration terms and the terminology here. And also when it comes to competitive exams, whether maybe NEET, JEE or EAP set. So these from this particular topic we may expect one question at least, and this topic will be also interlinked to the other parts of the chemistry also. So by knowing these, so we can also solve the questions from other topics, or we can understand those topics very effectively when we are aware of this particular topic. So let us start our discussion here. So what exactly concentration here? So for example, in order to make a chemical solution like chemical substance, so let us say I am saying solution. So what do we mean by solution? So solution is a homogeneous mixture of two or more components. So what I am saying, it's a mixture of two or more components I am saying. So that components are generally, it will be consist of something like solute, and another one is solvent here. So what solution contains? Solution contains two parts, one is solute and other one is solvent. So by mixture of two or more components, so we are getting a solution. So this solution should be homogeneous. Okay. So now, so what do we mean by solute and how do we decide solvent here? Okay. So generally solution and solvent will be having same physical state. What I am saying, the first thing you can remember how to identify solute and solvent in a solution. So solution and solvent will be having same physical state. So that point you should highlight it. So solute, a solvent and solution have same physical state. So this point you should remember in order to identify a particular solvent in a solution. Okay. And what about solute here? So now when solute, solvent and solution, all these things are in same phase. So how can we identify which is solute, which is solvent here? So the one which is having lower quantity is considered as solute, and one is having higher quantity considered as solvent. I hope this is clear. So lower quantity solute, higher quantity solvent. So this is the second thing. First thing you should follow, the solvent and solution must be having same physical state, then that can be considered solvent only. The second thing what you need to take, the second point is lower quantity. The one which is having the component which with lower quantity is considered as solute, and the higher quantity can be considered as solvent. I hope these two things clear. Now so in the solution what we have, solute and solvent, these are the two components, right? So how much amount of this particular solute is present in the solution can be expressed in terms of concentration terms. For example, if I say HCl, so sometimes HCl solution I am talking, it's not actually pure HCl will be in gaseous state. Let us talk about the solute or the liquid state of this particular acid here. Okay. So now let us take like sulfuric acid, any acid you can consider. So now how do we express this? So concentration of, depending upon the strength of these acids, we will be using them specific purpose. So for particular purpose we may using some particular amount of concentrated solution or dilute solution. So here we are dilute acid. So here I am saying something like concentrated dilute. So what exactly it is? So when I say this solution, so how much quantity of this particular pure acid present in that solution is nothing but which decides the concentration of this acid. For example, here let us see, here there are some concentration terms. So what are those? Molarity, normality, molality, all these are concentration terms. So what exactly this concentration term says is the amount of substance, the amount of this particular acid present in the solution. See here, it is a measure, the concentration of a solution is a measure of amount of solute that has been dissolved in the given amount of solvent or solution in order to make that particular solution. So in order to make this solution, how much quantity of this solute is added to the solvent to make this solution is given in terms of some concentration terms. I hope concentration terms basic understanding is clear. So now what are the concentration terms we have? So first one is, so there are different concentration terms. It means we can express in different ways. So let us consider the molarity is one example, and normality, molality, weight by weight fraction, percentage, or volume by volume percentage, etc. are the concentration term example. So let us go through these things one by one and let us make it more clear. Okay, the first one is weight by weight fraction. So weight by weight percentage. So what do we mean by weight by weight percentage here? Okay, so let us say I am saying 40% of weight, 40 weight percentage, weight by weight percentage of NaOH solution. I am writing like this. So what does it mean? So here just read this. It represents the mass of solute present in 100 grams of solution. It means if I write 40 weight by weight percentage of NaOH solution means, so 40 grams of NaOH is present in 100 grams of this solution. So whatever the solution they given, this solution I am writing. So if I take 100 grams of this NaOH solution, so how much amount of this NaOH solute is present? That will be 40 grams. I hope it is clear. It means what you need to understand, I told you solution contains two components. Solution contains two components. One is solute and other one is solvent here. Okay, one is solute, another one is solvent. See, what is a 40% means? What do we understand from here? 40 grams of NaOH. So what is the weight of NaOH here? So when we consider NaOH solution, that will be in what form? It will be in liquid form, right? So now when we take NaOH pure state, in the pure state it will be in solid form, right? So solid like pills are like small quantity crystals are there. Okay, so now the next, this NaOH is in solid, and what is our like NaOH is in solid, and what is about our solvent here? In order to make solution, we need to add some solvent. So that solvent is, since I am saying NaOH solution, here I am taking solvent is water, and solution is also in which form? It will be in liquid form. So our water is in liquid form and our solute is in solid form. So now tell me, solid. So what is that? NaOH. So since NaOH in solid form, so I am considering as solute, and here water is in liquid form and solution also in liquid form. So from this we can identify which is solvent, which is solution, which is solute. So in this solution it has physical state is liquid. So now the one which component is having liquid form is considered as solvent. So here which is in liquid component, water is in liquid component, so consider it as solvent, and remaining part is solute. I hope this is clear. So now 40 grams means, how do we define this? So out of this 40 grams, solution is 100 grams if I take. So this is 100 grams of solution. So out of that, so 40 grams is what? 40 grams of NaOH is present. And remaining, what is the remaining amount? Remaining amount will be 100 minus 40 will be 60 grams of solvent will be there. I hope this is clear. How to identify what is the quantity of solute solvent in a particular given solution based on this weight by weight percentage. Now how do we express or how do we find this weight by weight percentage? So we have a formula, weight by weight percentage of solute. If I ask, how do you need to write? So weight of solute in grams by weight of solution in grams into 100. Okay, so this is a formula you need to use here. So see here in the numerator also grams, weight I am saying, denominator also it is grams. So grams we can remove, so that weight by weight percentage is a unitless quantity. So what I am saying, there is no units for weight by weight percentage. So you can write no units. Okay, so this you have to remember. Okay, I hope this is clear, right? Again, one more thing you should remember that. So is there any volume, is there any effect of temperature on this particular term? So when I say express in terms of weight by weight fraction, there is no effect of temperature. If I say at 25 degrees Celsius, weight by weight percentage is some X percentage I am saying. say if for this, if I change the temperature, is there any effect if I change the temperature for this particular concentration? So there is no effect. Why? Because temperature cannot affect on the weight, like whatever the weight quantities we are saying. But when we are taking volumes, so there we may see some effect of temperature on that volume concentration. So further, if you move there, so we will get to know what is that effect of temperature. So here you just write no effect of temperature. What is that? No effect of temperature on weight by weight percentage. Okay. So I hope this is clear. What is the formula we need to use and how to understand this? If I say 40% of NaOH or any component is given or any compound is given. Okay, I hope this is clear. Okay, first terminology is over. Then next we can move for volume percentage. So similar to that, you can define here. So how can we define volume by volume percentage? Means volume of solute present in 100 ml of solution. Once again, volume of solute present in 100 ml of solution is given in terms of volume percentage. So you can write the formula directly as we discussed it there. So volume of solute by, just take volume of solute by total volume of solution into 100 gives volume percentage. So where do we use this in our daily life? So if you see any sanitizer bottles, or you can also see on some wine bottles also, like something like you can take some whiskey bottle or beer bottle. So there also we will be seeing some 45% like alcohol content will be there, or some 35% or some 10% alcohol will be there. Means here also on sanitizer bottle, let us say it is having some 75% of alcohol. So generally in sanitizer, what alcohol they will use? Isopropyl alcohol they may use. Okay, so now 45% content, like 45% alcohol content means what do we need to understand here? So 45 ml of this, whatever the alcohol used, isopropyl alcohol or whatever the quantity substance they may use, 45% ml of alcohol present in 100 ml of this solution, 100 ml of solution. If they take 100 ml bottle of this particular solution, which is mentioned as 75%, in this out of 100 ml of solution, so it will contains 45% 75 ml of what? 75 ml of this particular alcohol is present. Okay, I hope this is clear. Okay, next, this is clear. Now what is the unit for this volume by volume? See, when there are same terms, numerator denominator having same terms, so they cancel each other, so therefore we can say no units. Okay, so volume by volume also no units. And one more thing you need to express, what is the effect of temperature here? So I told you, whenever there is volume term, so due to the change in temperature, for example, if temperature increases from low to high, what happens? Expansion takes place. So it means expansion taking place means what happens? The volume of that particular components will changes, right? Therefore there is some effect of this temperature on that particular concentration. So whenever you are seeing volume term in the given question or given concentration term, so what do you need to understand? There might be some effect of temperature. So it is temperature dependent. So volume by volume percentage is temperature dependent. You can write like this. Okay, so why I am writing like this? I will show you some questions also, because there are many questions which asks on effect of temperature concept also. Okay, the next thing is mass by volume percentage. So what do we mean by mass by volume percentage? Mass of solute present in volume of given volume of solution into 100 you can do. So mass of solute by volume of solution into 100. So how do we understand this? It represent mass of solute in grams present in 100 ml of solution. So for example, if I say some 10% weight by volume of NaOH solution, if we write like that, it means 10 grams of this NaOH is present in 100 ml of that particular solution. I hope this is also clear. Okay, so this is the example you can consider. Okay, then next, is there any effect of temperature on this? Yes. So in the denominator we have volume term, therefore we can say effect of temperature is present, therefore I can say temperature dependent. You can write like this. Okay, then next when it comes to parts per million. So this can be used to express like very minute concentration terms. Okay, so here see how do we express this parts per million. Okay, so it is defined as number of parts of solute dissolved in 1 million parts of solution. So just make the formula as weight of, like in terms of weights we can say weight of solute in grams by weight of solution in grams into 10 power 6, since we are saying per million, so you can write like this. Okay, so just take it as generalized formula. So parts per million equals to number of parts of solute by total number of parts of all components in the solution into 10 power 6. Okay, so this is how you can express for ppm. So now we have molarity. So guys, once after discussing all these theoretical concepts, then we can move for the questions based on this particular concept. So let us understand and let us make the relation between one concentration term to another concentration term. Then we can give some try for the questions. That will give us more confidence and more clarity, right? Okay, so let us discuss this molarity first. So what do we mean by molarity here? So it is indicated with capital M. Okay, next it represents number of moles of solute present in 1 liter of solution. So for example, if I take any solution, so how many moles of that particular solute is present in this solution is expressed in terms of molarity. So what we are going to express? Number of moles of solute. So let us say number of moles, let us indicate with the N. So number of moles of solute let us say indicate with B. Number of moles of solute in given volume of solution. So volume should be expressed in liters. So molarity can be represented with capital M. So moles of solute, which is nothing but NB I am writing. Okay, and volume of solution in liters. So volume of solution, this should be solution. Okay, so you have to write like this. Okay, I hope you got how we are writing this. Okay, so solution is made up of what? Solution is made up of solute plus solvent. So for our understanding and for our convenience, I am representing solute with letter B and solvent with letter A, just for our understanding or our convenience only. So instead of writing solute all the time, I just wanted to indicate with NB. So what is mean by NB? Number of moles of solute present in given volume of solution. So you just need to write this like this formula. Okay, now what is the unit for molarity? So what is the units? So units are number of moles, means what is the unit? That is mole only, mole per volume, per what we need to express volume in terms of liter. So mole per liter. So this is the unit for molarity. So you should not forget this. Okay, so I hope this basic idea is clear. Now how can we write number of moles formula? So number of moles can be written as weight of given weight of substance by molecular weight of that particular substance. So for example, number of moles of solute can be written as weight of solute by gram molecular weight of that particular solute. Okay, so just substitute this over here. So what is the formula we are getting? If you are considering this as, this formula as 1, so what is the second formula we may expect from here? So substitute over here. So weight of solute by gram molecular weight of solute into, see V is there now, so 1 by volume in liters I am writing. Okay, sometimes we may express this volume in terms of ml also. So molarity is equal to, for example, what is the molarity of like 5 moles of NaOH present in 1 liter of solution? If they ask like this, we can use liters formula. If they ask what is the molarity of solution in which 5 moles of NaOH is present in 500 ml of solution. So if they ask like this, so there we have used something like 500 ml. So in those cases, so just convert these in terms of mLs. So I can write weight of solute by gram molecular weight of solute into volume, here it is liters, so we can just take here 1000 and we can express a volume in terms of ml also. Okay, so this is also one important formula. So why I am saying important? So let us see in the next slides, because there are many questions asked on this particular formula also. Okay, these are the basic and important formulas. Okay, 1 and 2. Then next thing is, so just now we have discussed about weight by volume percentage and weight by weight percentage, like that now. So let us interlink this molarity with the whatever we discussed in the last slide. So here molarity I am writing. So here weight of B means what? Weight of solute. Here what do we mean by V? So this is volume of solution only now, volume of solution, right? Okay, so weight of solute which is in grams and volume of solution which is in ml we can express, okay, and into multiplied by 1000 here we have, and here we have gram molecular weight of solute we have, right? So from this what we may expect, or what, how do we write this? So weight of B by volume of solution, see 1000 I can write into 100 into 10 by GMW, gram molecular weight of solute. So just look at this thing. So what is this? Weight by volume percentage only. So which means we got a relation between molarity and weight by volume percentage. So what is the weight by volume percentage? Molarity equals to, so weight by volume percentage into this complete component I am writing it as weight by volume percentage into 10 by gram molecular weight of that particular solute. So this formula is very important. I will show you with some questions also in the upcoming slide. Okay, this is one thing. Okay, so I have collected many PYQs from NEET and EAP set also. Okay, so you can have many questions from even from JEE also. So just after completing this like lecture, so you can go and watch, you can go and see any of your books, whether it may be JEE book or NEET or any PYQ book you can take, and just find the questions on this particular topic. Just open solutions of class 12th or mole concept of class 11th and just check for the concentration term. So there we will be having questions on this particular topic here. Okay, so now I just want to get one more relation between molarity and weight by weight percentage. So how do we get this? So here I can write molarity equals to weight of solute by, here we have volume of solution now. So for that I just wanted to replace this volume by density. See, density of solution can be written as what? Weight of solution by volume of solution. So I just want to replace this volume of solution as weight of solution by density of solution. So just replace this over here. So in the place of volume we can write, weight of solution. Okay, in the denominator I am writing. So here wherever the volume term is there I just substituting this. So here I need to write density of solution, which I am writing in the numerator. Density of solution, and this term is over. So what is the next term we have? See here 100 is there. So into 100 into 10 divided by what we have? GMW, of gram molecular weight of solute. So from these, so we can write weight of solute by weight of solution into 100 into density of solution into 10 by GMW, gram molecular weight of solute. I hope you, how we are getting this, you are clear with them. Okay, see, weight by weight of solution into 100 I am writing. So this is nothing but what we can say. So this is nothing but what? Weight by weight percentage. Weight by weight percentage. I hope this is also clear. And into density of solution we have to use into 10 by gram molecular weight of that particular solute. So why I am giving this all derivation means, so we have many formula like this, whatever the formulas we discussed. So based on that we have many questions in the PYQ books. Okay, so these two things you have to remember. So let us move further. So therefore we will get more clarity on the topic. So what I told you, what is the effect of temperature we discussed. So mass percentage, is there any volume term? No volume term, so there is no effect. So temperature independent. What about ppm? If ppm is expressed in terms of mass fraction or like mole fraction, anything like that, so there is also no effect on ppm. Okay, now what about mole fraction? So I will explain what is mole fraction. In mole fraction also what? There is no effect of temperature, because mole fraction is expressed in terms of moles. number of moles, there is no volume term. So therefore it is also independent of temperature. And molality I am going to explain now. So on molality also we are not going to use any volume term, therefore there is no effect on molality also. So whatever the first line terms are there, these are independent of temperature. So this point you need to highlight in your books. Okay. So now when it comes to molarity, so what we have seen in the molarity, in the denominator we have number of moles of solute by volume of solution we are saying. So there we have a volume term, so it means it is affected by what? Temperature. So I can say molarity is temperature dependent. Okay. Similarly we have one more term called normality. So normality also temperature dependent, and volume, weight by volume percentage also temperature dependent. We already discussed those things. So you can write is a function of temperature, I have mentioned. So make these 2 points very clear in your notes. Okay. This is because volume depends on temperature. Yes. Okay. And mass does not depends on temperature. So mass will not be varied with temperature, but only volume can be varied with temperature. Therefore wherever the terms which includes a volume term, then we can consider them as temperature dependent. Okay. Now let us try these basic questions first. So what is the molarity of solution if 6 grams of urea is dissolved in 1 liter of solution? So this is very basic question now. So they are asking molarity. So what is the formula of molarity? Number of moles of solute by volume of solution in liters. Okay. Since they are we have this formula, but they have given in terms of grams of urea they are asking, grams of solute they are given. So how can we convert that? Now we know number of moles formula can be written as weight of solute by gram molecular weight of solute into, this can be written as 1 by V in solution in liters. Okay. So now what is our solute here? What do we mean by B here? This is our solute. So what is our solute over here? In this particular question, urea is our solute. So what is the weight of solute they have given? This is 6 grams. Just take here it as 6 grams. What is the gram molecular weight of urea? I think you are already aware of formula of this urea. So urea formula is CO, NH2 and NH2. So this is the first organic compound prepared, okay, in the laboratory. So you need to remember this urea formula. So this is how we need to write the urea structure. So what is the gram molecular weight? If we calculate, see there are 4 hydrogens, so 4 into 1, there are 2 nitrogens, so 14 into 2, and 1 carbon atom, 12 into 1 plus 1 oxygen atom, it means 1 into 16. If you calculate that, so you are going to get this as 60 gram. So this is per mole. 60 gram per mole is the gram molecular weight of this urea. Just write it as 60 gram per mole here. Okay, into 1 by, so they are saying it as how many liters it is? 1 liter. So just write it as 1 liter. Okay. So now see here, gram got cancelled. So here 6 and 60. So it means 10 times. That will be 1 by 10. So I can write 1 by 10 mole per liter, or I just can represent it as 0.1 mole per liter. So you have to express in that way. I hope it is clear how to solve this basic questions. So we have one more question over here, so which is given in terms of weight by volume percentage. So how can we convert, or how can we relate these two things? So molarity equals to, what I told you, molarity equals to, last slide only we discussed, molarity equals to weight by volume percentage into density of solution. We are not required any density here, because weight by volume into 10 by gram molecular weight we have discussed. Gram molecular weight of what? Solute. Here this is also solute. Then what we are going to get here? Weight by volume percentage means how much they given? See, weight by volume percentage is 4 into 10 by, what is the gram molecular weight of NaOH we have? This is for sodium it is 23, plus for oxygen it will be 16 plus 1 hydrogen. So total overall we are getting it as 40 gram per mole. Okay, so you can just take 40 gram per mole. Okay, so therefore we are getting, finally we are getting this as 1, see 40 we got cancelled, so here gram that will be cancelled out, so we are getting it as finally 1 molar solution. So molarity units can be expressed as mole per liter, or also can be called as molar solution. So I can say this as 1 molar solution. What is the concentration of this particular solution? I can say 1 molar solution also we can give. Okay. Now, so this is also important question. So this, see here how many times it is asked in EAP set exam. So this is basic question from EAP, and there are similar questions on this. See, AP question only in AP TS, I mean AP MSET it is, AP EAP set. So this many times asked are, the question may be modified in some other manner, but concept is same here. Okay, so you need to know how to interlink from one concentration term to other, or some modifications on the particular concept. So let us see here, molarity of the solution when 4.9 grams of sulfuric acid dissolved in 250 ml they are saying. So how do we say, how do we relate these grams, these volumes to this molarity? How do we convert that? So we have a formula which I have mentioned in the previous slide only. So what is that? So weight of solute, because they are given in terms of solute only, gram weight of solute only, and gram molecular weight of solute into they are given volume in terms of ml. So we can say 1000 by volume in ml you can say. So now what we are getting here, what is the weight they given? 4.9 grams. Okay, what is the gram molecular weight of sulfuric acid? So H2SO4 it will be 98. How do we do that? So here we have 2 hydrogen atoms, 2 into 1 plus 1 sulfur. So 1 into, what is the atomic weight of 1 sulfur? That will be 32 plus 4 into, 4 oxygens are there, 4 into 16. If you do this, you are going to get 98 gram per mole. This is the gram molecular weight or molar mass of sulfuric acid. So you can take here 98 gram per mole into 1000 by, what is the volume they have given here? 250 ml. Okay, so now I can say this as, say 49. So this will be 49 and this will be 2 and then next, so 0 0 you can cancel, this will be 5 times, and you can take this as 1 by 5. So 1 by 5 is nothing but, if I put 0, it can be 10 by 5 means 2. So 0.2 molar solution. So what is the molarity we got? 0.2 molar solution. I hope it is clear how to solve this kind of questions, right? Okay. Next, see, the question is given in terms of mass fraction, so or mass percentage. See here they have given in terms of mass percentage. So mass percentage of urea is 6. The total weight of solution is 1000 grams. So what is the concentration in mole per liter? So they are asking molarity only. Mole per liter means what? Instead of saying molarity, they just told it as mole per liter. That is nothing but molarity, because molarity units are mole per liter only. Okay, they are asking this by interlinking with weight, mass percentage or weight percentage, and density of solution is also given. So what is the relation we have? Weight by weight of solute by weight of solution in 200, that is what? Weight percentage into 10 into density of solution by gram molecular weight. I told you this, gram molecular weight of solute. Okay, this is how you can make the formula. So what is the weight by weight percentage they told? Here it is given as 6%. So you can take 6, and what here I can take 10. And what about density? So density it is given as 1 gram per ml they have given. Okay, then next we have gram per ml. So what about gram molecular weight? Here we have, so gram molecular weight, so I am taking here gram. So what is the gram molecular weight they given for? This is for urea, we already calculated, it will be 60. Therefore how much we are getting directly? So we are getting it as 60 by 60, we are getting almost 1. So what is the nearest answer we can have? So 1.064. So you can go with that option. So option B will be the correct for this particular question. So you can directly use this formula and you can do this. Okay, I hope this is clear how to do in the very simplest way possible. Okay, now let us discuss about molarity. So what about molarity here? So now it represents number of moles of solute per kg of solvent. Previously we discussed about molarity. Now we are discussing about molality, which is indicated with a small m. That is capital M, this is small m. So in molarity, when we discussed about molarity, capital M, there we discussed number of moles in volume of solution. Here I am saying number of moles when it comes to molality. I am saying number of moles in 1 kg of solvent. It means weight of solvent. Solvent can be represented with A. Okay. So in terms of kgs. Okay. So it represents number of moles of solute present per kg of solvent. You have to take it like this. Okay. So let us make it more clear. So molality can be represented with small m. So which means number of moles of solute, I am representing it with NB, okay, by mass of solvent in kg. I am writing weight of solvent in kg. Okay, I told you B represents solute, A represents solvent. Okay, now this can be also converted into different forms. So how can we write this? So molality equals to moles can be written as what? Weight of B by gram molecular weight of B into 1 by weight of A. Okay, so this should be in kgs. So what if I express in terms of grams? If it is given in terms of grams, you just need to multiply with 1000. A should be expressed in terms of grams. Okay, these formulas as of now these are enough. So while solving the questions, we will be interlinking molarity to the molarity, both capital and small m we have to interlink, and we have to do some questions also based on that particular problem. Okay, so now what about temperature dependent? I told you when there is volume term, it will be temperature dependent. Is there any volume term in this formula? There is no volume term. Therefore molality small m is temperature independent. Temperature independent. So make this a highlighted mark. Okay, next here I have a question for you. This is very important. I mean, so we can get clarity on whatever we discussed till now. So this question will give complete clarity on that. So first of all, what we are asking, calculate molarity and molality, strength of solution of 18% weight by volume. They given in terms of weight by volume percentage of glucose solution, and also find mole fraction they are asking. So how do we find? Given density is given. So first thing we will be going with the molarity formula. So what we have, molarity equals to, what is the formula we have? Molarity equals to number of moles of solute by volume of solution, right? Volume of solution in liters. So this formula we have, but they haven't given about number of moles or volume. So instead of using this, we can directly interlink molarity to the volume, weight by volume percentage. No? So what is the formula we have for that? Molarity equals to weight by volume percentage into 10 by gram molecular weight we have. So molarity can be written as, what is the molarity, like weight by volume percentage they mentioned 18 into 10. What is the gram molecular weight of glucose? Glucose formula is C6H12O6. So if you calculate gram molecular weight for this, it will be 180. Okay, so this will be 180. So 180. Now, yeah, this is how we have to do. See, gram molecular weight I have represented, and weight by volume percentage also I represented, multiplied with 10. So what we are getting here, 180 by 180. Therefore it is 1 molar solution. What is that? 1 molar solution, or you can express it as 1 mole per liter. You have to write like this. I hope you got how to calculate molarity. So now, so I just wanted to calculate, see, calculating molarity, we have different ways here. So one simplest method is just directly I will be giving a formula which is interlinking molarity with molality. So what is the interlink I am going to give here? So what is the relation? So when we have molarity, when we have molarity, directly use this formula. This is very useful and important formula. There are many questions in JEE on this particular formula itself. So molality small m equals to capital M, that is molarity into 1000 by density into 1000. This should be gram per ml. Density should be expressed in terms of gram per ml of that particular solution, minus molarity into gram molecular weight of solute. So directly use this formula, you are going to get the answer. So what is the data they given? Capital M, how much we got? Capital M, that is molarity is what? 1 molar into 1000. Okay, so what is the density they mentioned in the question? So if you look here, density is mentioned as 1.2 into 1.2 gram per ml only they mention. So 1.2 into 1000 minus what is the molarity we got 1 into what is the molecular weight we have for glucose. B means solute, right? Glucose is our solute, so it will be 180. So how much we are going to get here? So we are going to get here it has 1000. Okay, let us do it in that down. So I will explain one more model also for the same question. So m equals to 1000 by, see 1.2 into 1000 means I can write 1200 minus 180. So this will be 1000 by 1020. So this is nothing but 100 by 102 we can write. So this will be giving us 0. Almost it will be 0.9 times and 8 times. So this is how we can calculate. So 0.98 molar solution. Okay, so you can say when it comes to molarity, you have to call it as molal. Okay, or mole per kg you have to say, mole per kg or molar solution. If it is molarity, you have to say 1 molar solution or something like mole per liter. So these are the different units we can give for different concentration terms. Okay, I hope you are clear with how to find molarity and molality. So this is the important relation that you must remember. Okay, so this is the important relation you must remember. Okay, one more thing I just wanted to give you is, so just find all the questions which are mentioned here, then we can go for few more things. Yeah. So here they mention strength of solution. How do we find the strength of this particular solution? So what do we mean by strength of solution? In the short form I am writing strength of solution, which is nothing but the solution is expressed, concentration is expressed in terms of gram per liter. If it is mole per liter, we are saying molarity, but here it is gram per liter, which means it is the strength of that particular solution. So what is the relation between molarity and strength of solution? Just tell me. So strength of solution is nothing but weight of given compound in grams by volume in terms of liters, right? So this is what the formula we have. So now let us link this molarity and strength of solution. So molarity equals to I told you number of moles of solute by volume of solution in liters, right? So now we can convert this as weight of solute in grams by volume of solution in liters into, see number of moles is written as weight by gram molecular weight. Now, so I am writing here 1 by gram molecular weight of that particular solute. So molarity can be written as, see weight by volume means what we have? Weight by volume is nothing but strength of solution. So just write here it as strength of solution. By in the denominator we have gram molecular weight of solution. Gram molecular weight of solute. So from these we can calculate this particular answer. So how do we get? So what is the molarity of the given solution we have? Molarity is 1 mole per liter we got. So strength of solution can be strength of solution is equals to, what is that? Molarity into strength of solution is nothing but molarity into gram molecular weight of that particular solute. So what is the molarity we got? So that is 1 molar into, what is the gram molecular weight we have? Gram molecular weight is 180 gram per liter, gram per mole. Okay, so what is the molarity units here? Mole per liter. See this mole can be get cancelled, so we are remaining with 180 gram per liter, which is nothing but strength of the solution. So what is the strength of this particular solution? That is 180 grams per liter. Okay, I hope that is also clear. Okay, now what is the remaining thing they have asked? So they are asking about mole fraction. So how do we calculate this mole fraction? So here itself I just wanted to give some clarity on mole fraction. Okay, so mole fraction is nothing but, since they are saying it is a fraction, so mole fraction is indicated with this symbol, mole fraction indicated with the symbol chi. So mole fraction of solute, if I say, so you have to write number of moles of solute, number of moles of solute by total number of moles of solution. Total number of moles of solution. So what do we mean by total number of moles of solution? So a solution can be a binary, ternary or quaternary. So you have to take whatever the components are there. So you have to take the total number of components, total number of moles of all the components in the denominator. In the numerator you have to take one particular particular component which you wanted to calculate. If I say solute, you have to take it as number of moles of solute by total number of moles of all the components in that solution. Okay, so we can represent number of moles in terms of NB for solute and Na for solvent. So for example, if a solution is made up of binary solution, if I say, so solution is made up of two components. One is let us say A is a component and B is another component. Okay, so B, let us say it is considered as solute and A considered as solvent. So how can I express number of moles of solute? NB equals to NB by chi B equals to NB by Na plus NB you have to write. Okay, if I want to express number of moles like mole fraction of solvent, so how do we write? Mole fraction of solvent equals to number of moles of solvent by Na plus NB. Like this you have to write. If the solution is made up of A, B, C, D, like that, many components are there. So how do we express that? So if I want to express for B, so NB by Na plus NB plus Nc plus so on. How many components are there in that particular solution? You have to write all those things here. I hope it is clear. Okay. Now when we add these two things, chi A plus chi B, so what happens to the formula? Na by N total. So NB plus Na is there now. So let us say this is total number of moles, that is N total. So N total I am writing. Plus next we have like for B, chi B by N total. So here in the denominator we have N total, in the numerator also we have Na plus NB. So Na NB means what? N total, no? So N total by N total, which means total mole fraction, sum of the mole fractions of all components will be equals to what? It will be equals to 1. So how do we write that? So chi A plus chi B is equals to 1. Okay, from these we can also have a interlink like this, chi B equals to 1 minus chi A we can write. I hope this is clear how we are writing. Just send this to this side if you want to find chi B, if they given chi A, or vice versa also you can do. Okay, so the remaining thing, so I just want to give this question as a homework for you. So just try this question. So in the next part we have to solve this question also, and we have to discuss about few more concepts and the questions related to those concepts. These videos will be very highly helpful for your exam point of view. So just focus on these particular lectures, and you can practice few more questions. If you have any doubts, so just let me know in the comment box. Okay, thank you for watching and happy learning.